Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from tinahills.com, and today I'm speaking to you about how the tarot can help with writer's block. I have spoken many times about the tarot and astrology as exceptionally valid tools to break the writer's block. And if you've been for one of my talks, then you know. If you haven't, then let me explain what I mean. If you're working on a novel, I have done that. I have already finished my magnum opus, which is really a huge novel that I have written over the years, and many novellas and many short stories that I have written in my time. So, and I was a screenwriter, an animation writer. So I have experience of working with characters in a fictional sense, and living with the characters actually, and really trying to be them, be a part of their lives, to truly, justly, with ethics tell their story. And believe me, I have reverted to the tarot very many times for clarity as to how my characters should be motivated. Or not just that, even astrology truly helps. If you identify the sun, moon, ascendant, I'm not talking about all the placements. Yes, if you have a chart, it really will help you, but at least know your sun, moon, and ascendant placements of your characters. And once you know that, you will never fail when it comes to understanding your character's motivations, their goals, the relationship with their parents, their deep emotional interface, how they connect, the fluidity of their emotions, their love life, their sexuality. You're never going to truly face a writer's block with any of this if you understand the astrology of your characters. Forget that. Even if you just buy yourself a rider and wait from anywhere, it's just barely $20, and not the big ones, but any other deck, rider and wait, mini rider and waits. Just pick them up, and believe me, if you're a writer, especially a screenwriter, animation writer, if you write serials, sitcoms, novels, novellas, short stories, the tarot can truly help you in when you have writer's block, or even if you don't, it'll just point you towards things that you didn't know existed. So we've heard of the three act structure. So we've got the beginning, the middle, and the conclusion. So essentially for that, I suggest a 3-card pull. And let me show you what I mean. We learn best when through example. So for instance, here we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a motherly woman who's maybe a young mother trying to find the life she wants to lead, and maybe she actually stumbles upon the perfect job, or actually breaks through in her pursuit in her career, and actually makes a substantial amount of money, which she intends to share, because the Queen of Pentacles is about sharing. So she has a certain will about her, certain sensuality about her, fire. She's fiery, she speaks her mind, and you can develop your first act around her. Right? And the second act goes Two of Pentacles, but suddenly there is a dry spell in her business, or something else comes about, and now she has to make a decision between, is she going to continue with the business, or is she going to maybe take the job that offers her security. And maybe she has a young child, and maybe she's alone and she has no financial help. So this decision is really huge, okay? And it's going to be your second part of how she's forced with the decision in front of her, that what is she going to do with her work, or maybe she doesn't have any time for her child. And look at the resolution as the Emperor. So maybe she is the single lady struggling with a child, and As she makes this decision, abundance truly opens up, and she meets the one she's supposed to fall in love with. Maybe someone older than her, maybe someone who can guide her and take her through this point, and take her, move with her through the next evolutionary steps. So you see, that was, and you can pick double cards for your beginning and middle and end. Let's try another one, right? The more examples that you learn from, it'll be better for you. So these workshops are very excessive for writers. So Knight of Pentacles. This is about somebody being stubborn, somebody thinking that, okay, this is the way to go, I will hold on to, maybe even holding on to tradition when he needs to let it go. But somebody very much in touch with their sensuality, somebody angry, because Knight of Pentacles can be angry and stubborn, you know, if provoked or if made to change. And maybe he's a young guy, and you know, he's just going through, not very young, Knights are not very young. And then maybe his life was very stagnant, and suddenly a new idea comes to him, okay, and he wants to travel. Because the Ace of Swords are definitely about a new intellectual idea, but it could also mean travel. Aces are about something new, and he's ready to travel, you know, and he's ready to see something different. Reminds me of Uranus and Taurus, Ace of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. And then you have Seven of Swords. So the ending could be that, I mean, this doesn't have to be the ending because this is a complicated way to end. It's a problematic card. Seven of Swords is essentially about loss. Somebody stealing something from him. Okay, and maybe stealing his idea that he had. So how is he, and then you can pull another card because the resolution is not there. Maybe he teams up with another person, cruel, but someone who really wants to forge ahead. Somebody with Leo or Aries or Sagittarius energy, and they team up together. Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. And maybe they reprimand the person who was stealing from them. Okay, these are very simplistic renditions, of course, but when you regularly work with the skeleton of your narrative, and you work by pulling a card whenever you feel stuck, just for, you know, the cards are nothing but archetypal imagery. Your intuition understands the language of symbols. Okay, let's try another example. You can try the 5-act also, so 5 cards. I'm just doing the 3 to show you. See, we picked the Empress. So we start off by maybe someone who's powerful, a woman in charge, a woman who's central, maybe even someone who's pregnant, and she's from the upper elite. Okay, and is she in love? Is she not in love? Is she sensual? She's looking for someone. Maybe because the person she was in love with has walked away. Or maybe she's walked away from a life that became redundant for her. That was no longer helping her in any way to grow, to truly understand the value of her being there. You know, if somebody was not understanding the value of her being there. And she had to walk away. And ultimately, she met somebody who probably held on too tightly to what he had, and he was miserly. He wasn't opening up, and the Empress is all about sharing and opening up. So these two energies, they were conflicting. Maybe this was why she walked away from this person. She didn't want to live that life, okay? She did not want to live that life. And then we have the 4 of Wands, which is about a celebration, a blessing. So maybe once she walked away from this miserly person, she truly understood the beauty, or she may even find love in someone new in a faraway place, and these figures are dancing. They look to be like they're on holiday, and they're celebrating under this wreath of flowers. And it's like it's almost as if they are in absolute jubilation. So her story ends well. You see, so there are many subtleties when working with characters. You write down their motivation, you write down their preferences, and all of this can come from astrology. Astrology will, if you identify their main planetary placements, you will be able to work through your narrative very easily without getting stuck at any point. So if you're a writer, a novelist, short story writer, novella writer, waste no time, get straight to putting your cards, getting your cards out and seeing how the stories go. In fact, if you're starting to write, just starting to write, use this as an exercise. Pull 3 cards every day and write a short story every single day. Alright, so that was me, Tina from tinahills.com, bringing to you the ancient knowledge of tarot and astrology and simplifying it for you and synthesizing it for you and syncretizing it for you so you can use it, put it to good use. Leave a comment if you liked what was just being said. Leave a comment if you don't like what was being said. But whatever it is, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.